The 21st century is a time of global suffering, having to sustain 80 million people worldwide, with environmental dangers, economic dangers, wars, diseases, famine. These are problems that become more of a threat as the time goes by. What is a 21st century leadership that can eliminate these heightening threats and bring hope? The world is thirsting for a global leader, but rather, the lack of education in the educational world is being revealed. During such times, from over 50 different countries, people with the same will have risen to establish the International Youth Fellowship in March 2001. Change, challenge, cohesion. With this motto, the IYF, through heart-to-heart fellowship with youths all across the world, challenge their limits, and with the power of being one, they live a new and changed life. These youths are creating a new world. We can see how the lives of students who have lived abroad for a year through the IYF-sponsored Good News Corps program have definitely changed. Volunteer groups are active in New York, London, Paris, Berlin, Rome, and other large cities, also Africa, Southeast Asia, and South America. The volunteers experience firsthand how precious a drop of water, a piece of bread, and electricity is. While they share supplies and care for others and receive the heart of the natives, they have experienced endless tears. Undergoing malaria and endemic diseases, they shared their hearts with natives while living with them, and those that have returned are no longer normal college students. They know how to be happy for others' good fortune and how to cry for others' misfortunes. They have become a true neighbor, a global citizen. Also, through culture, they put on an event where they introduce the countries they have been to. This grand event is so large and well put together that it is both hard to believe that college students have prepared it. At each country's booth, they display the traces of love, and anyone involved in education will say that it is something worth seeing.
Now we open 2007 IYF World Camp. 감사합니다.
Each year, the World Camp opens in July, and while touring Korea's famous sites, college students share international fellowship, Sorak Mountain, Jeju Tour, etc. While touring Korea's beautiful nature, one learns the importance in doing one's duty towards their parents and being loyal through history and culture. Through the marathon and army training, one is trained in overcoming their limits, and through homestay, students experience firsthand the love and trust that runs deep in a Korean family. There is also a vast array of cultural performances prepared by the foreigners, such as songs, dance, etc. The fervent musical performances of the gracious choir and top Russian musicians soften the hearts of students and develop our sensitivity to the aesthetics.
이 세상에 어둡게 하는 많은 것들이 있습니다만 그 중에 하나가 서로를 믿지 못할 때 일어나는 불신이라는.
The evening sermons each night explore through the world of the heart and allows one to realize themselves and thirst for true change. I have seen many drug addicts, youths who are stained in alcohol and gambling, become workers who sacrifice themselves for people of other countries. College students who have fallen into game addiction and affluenza have changed into students overflowing with ambition and spirit.
정말 내가 세상에 태어나서 한 번도 맛보지 못했던 그런 행복이 참 제 안에 마음에 들어오더라고요.
저의 자신에 대한 구속에서 벗어난 것 같아서 그걸 가장 크게 얻은 것 같아요.
The global camp held during the winter break is a camp where Korean students travel to main cities across the world and share a fellowship with college students of that country. In 2005, Australia, 2006, Hawaii, 2007, Thailand. For the Hawaii camp, receiving help from the United States government that allowed for 1,500 students to receive visas was unprecedented.
모든 인간의 마음을 잡고 있는 그 악한 힘.
That evil power that has captured the hearts of all
As
people.
hot as the sun in southern hemisphere, our hearts became hot, and as clean and fresh as a leaf shade, our hearts were refreshed. That is where our hearts combined and lasting memories were made.
I thought I must obey the words spoken by a
General of the United Nations, who will remain as a great man in world history.
Also, the IYF is a leader in teaching the global language English. Each year, the university students' junior high and high school students' English speech contest is a well-known large-scale event. As the students express their hearts in English before a vast audience, they gain courage. The English Camp and English Village give students the opportunity to gain courage in speaking English through learning English that is used in daily life through native English speakers.
Thank you.
With alternative schools in Seoul, Busan, Gwangju, Bucheon, students who are unable to adapt to school education are being led in an original and progressive manner. Even in culture performances, the IYF continues to put on special events. Top world musicians are invited and tour nationwide with the IYF Artist Concert. Many great artists are gathered together and perform on one stage, which is rare to see. The Gracious Choir Christmas Cantata expresses the meaning of Christmas through music, allowing our souls to soak in the deep love of God. IYF visits army bases, cheering up soldiers through various performances. Cultural performances are a special treat for soldiers living in the army.
마음이 하나가 되면 좀 육체보다 하지.
The Chinese Cultural Night, presented for Chinese exchange students and workers residing in Korea, is a non-governmental Korean-Chinese cultural exchange program which is growing each year. In poverty-stricken villages that have been wasted due to flood, the IYF students have poured their sweat to help restore the village. Students also travel for days to Jeju Island, where there is a lack of helping hands to pick clementine. Within such prosperity, knowing only to think of themselves and not their surroundings, IYF's volunteers who, together in hardships, have moved many in this society. In 2002, the Korea-Japan World Cup, 2005 APEC, 2007 Yosu International Youth Festival, and each time other national events were held, the IYF has provided amicable interpretation in English, Spanish, Chinese, such main languages, as well as Africa's Swahili, Philippines, Tagalog, Thai, etc. Through overseas volunteer work, they have learned this language while living with the natives, so they are able to speak without hesitation. It is a great national resource to be able to communicate accurately with foreigners at such international events. No matter what it may be, the people of IYF treat others with their heart and sincerity. Their hearts are clear and clean. That is why those who stand before them can only reflect upon their hearts as if standing before a mirror. If one meets them, they become lifelong friends. The youth who have grown in IYF will become leaders of the next generation, which can only be